exploration. The ships would leave the ports of Europe and sail into what to them was the unknown. 3 to 5 years or more, they would return with their new knowledge. They would share some of this knowledge with the map makers, who would literally redraw the known world to them. But when the area of the map exceeded the boundaries of their knowledge, the map makers wrote, "There be dragons." Maps have been an important part of my life for as long as I can remember. As a child, I would take maps, spread them out on the living room floor, and just look at them, and follow the roads, the rivers, the railroads, read the names of the communities, and then dream of going to these places and the adventures I would have, rescuing damsels, making important discoveries, solving murders. But in truth, I never went to these places. My family was content to stay home. My mother, as a young woman, had contracted tuberculosis. Back at the time when the best treatment for her condition was the surgical removal of one lung. She literally went through most of her life on one lung. In her last years, when I gave her back rubs, I remember her spine being shaped almost like a perfect question mark because of the operations she had had years before. My father had had all the adventure he needed on an all-expense-paid tour, courtesy of the U.S. Army, of Europe, 1944-45, especially in what was called the Battle of the Bulge. He was content to stay home and work his logic puzzles. When we did go someplace, we usually went directly to where we were going: wedding, funeral, family gathering. Visited, when we were done, we went by the same route home. Rare, very rare, was going someplace for the sake of going there. And as I aged, I fell into the same habit. I would go where I had to go, do what I had to do, and then take the same route back. Then one day I realized I had been infected with the dread disease, wanderlust. I was bored. I needed to do something different. And one night, after a Toastmasters meeting, instead of turning left to go home, the direct route, I turned right and took the long way home. I went down darkened streets in the country and saw strange shapes that I could not identify. I passed homes with lights signifying family and warmth. By daylight, the strange shapes turned out to be farm silos, abandoned barns, and untraveled roads to me became an attraction. About this time, I entered into a relationship with a woman named Laura, who shared my interest in local history. We decided to spend our Sunday afternoons that summer visiting cemeteries of Washtenaw County. Now, cemeteries are not places of death, morbid atmosphere, dread. They are places of life with nature, the artistry of the headstones, and the mystery of the peoples whose bodies are buried there. What were their lives? How do they connect to us? So, we decided to start with the 7 known abandoned cemeteries. We chose which one to start with. One so old, its name is forgotten. In fact, even if it had a name, is no longer known. We parked the car, we walked into the woods. We were almost at the other end of the woods when we came across the headstones. Some so deeply buried, they're just little nubs sticking out of the ground. One Sunday, we were driving down the road, and suddenly Laura called out, "Abandoned farmhouse!" We pulled into the driveway. Sure enough, a house that obviously had not been occupied in years and would never be occupied again stood there. We walked around, looked at the house. We could see through the foundation from where we were standing into the basement. This house was too dangerous to enter. I heard a noise on one side of the house. I walked around and looked at the biggest bird I have ever seen in my life. The head, the S-shaped neck, the body flying out. It was a peacock. Wild peacock in Washtenaw County. Times change, seasons change, relationships change. Laura and I have gone our separate ways. No longer do we visit cemeteries or abandoned farmhouses. But I think I am a better person for having spent this time with her in these experiences. Now, when I have to leave someplace, I don't take the direct route. I take the long route.